The National Rifle Association has announced it will be working with Congress to craft legislation to block the Obama administration from using an executive order to ban cartridges of ammunition fired by the AR-15 rifle. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is considering a so-called framework for banning the ammunition. Our next guest has written a letter with nearly 200 co-signers, both Democrats and Republicans, demanding answers from ATF Director Todd Jones. Joining us tonight is Congressman Bob Goodlatte. He's the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. Mr. Chairman, good to have you with us. Let's begin with this executive fiat on AR-15 ammunition. Where did this come from?
Well, it comes from the man with a pen and a phone who says he's going to do what he wants to do. We've seen it with Obamacare. We've seen it with immigration. We've seen it with drug law enforcement. We've seen it with some of our environmental laws. And now he's going after guns. And since the Congress refused to pass legislation banning the AR-15, this is, by the way, the most popular shooting rifle in America. More than 5 million Americans own one. We sell hundreds of thousands each year. And this is a situation where, since he can't do that, he's now got his ATF taking steps with a peculiar process, a framework, as they call it, not the usual standard process for getting comments from Americans about new regulations. And what he's doing is he's going to try to ban the bullets that you put in the gun.
And thereby effectively removing AR-15s from the hands of their owners and users. Is this going to stand? Can you stop this? It seems on its face to be utterly unconstitutional, un-American.
Well, it'll be challenged on a number of fronts. We are starting with a letter, as you indicated, a strong bipartisan letter, now well over 200 signatures and still counting, bipartisan that calls into question this action and challenges the director of the ATF to come forward and explain why doing this the way he's doing it, which would actually allow them to conceal the comments of what I suspect will be hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Americans commenting on what they're proposing to do. So that's one thing. We can also expect that there'll be lawsuits filed over this based on the law itself, the Administrative Procedures Act, and the Constitution. And there will also be challenges in the House, both spending limitation and legislation, but this is the first step to make sure that they know that we feel very strongly that they should not be taking this action.
The marking up of bills this week, I understand you're going to mark up 4 bills that form the foundation of the Republican immigration reform initiative under your leadership. Is this the precursor to the leadership, the Speaker taking hold of the issue and leading on it?
Well, if the leadership wants to lead in the right direction, and they have certainly been encouraging these enforcement bills. And by the way, at this point, we are only taking up enforcement bills. There are legal immigration reform bills that deserve consideration. But we think that the American people do not trust this president to enforce our immigration laws. And we think the proof is in what happened last summer, in what he's done now with this 5 million administrative legalization. So we're starting with 4 bills that deal with enforcement of our laws. We already have a bill from the Homeland Security Committee dealing with the border. This bill, Trey Gowdy's bill dealing with interior enforcement, giving state and local government authority to enforce immigration laws. Secondly, Lamar Smith's bill to have mandatory electronic verification of employment, which is the best tool possible to keep people who are not lawfully here from getting jobs. A bill from Judge John Carter, which deals with the problem we have, so-called catch and release, with unaccompanied minors coming to this country from countries other than Mexico and being treated differently than those coming from Mexico. The surge from last summer. And then finally, Jason Chaffetz and I have a bill dealing with asylum fraud and asylum abuse, which was also exposed during this period last summer when the national media was paying a lot more attention to this. The problem has been going on for a long time, but these bills will stop it.
Mr. Chairman, there is so much going on right now in the House of Representatives. I don't think I could possibly get to all of those issues. I know I couldn't. But I do want to ask you this, and that is on the DHS funding impasse. Some discussion in reports that Speaker Boehner has actually promised the Democrats in the Senate a clean bill. He denies that. What do you think will happen? Are we going to see perseverance on the part of the leadership when it comes to eliminating the amnesty fiat by this president, or are we going to see a clean bill?
Well, we should continue to maintain our position, which is that the Department of Homeland Security should be funded and the president should be stopped from these illegal actions. We sent a bill that does just that to the Senate. Senate wouldn't even take it up for consideration. Every single Democratic senator voted against doing that. Now we've sent them a rejection of their clean bill and said, let's go to conference. You've passed that bill. We've passed one that solves both problems. Let's sit down and work out our differences. So far, they've refused to do that.
I'm shocked because they were so eager to go to conference when they were in control of the Senate. It's an odd thing, isn't it?
Yes, isn't it?
Congressman, it's always great to talk with you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Lou.
Congressman Bob Goodlatte.